Good evening, viewers. This is your anchor, Krizanyo Sono. You're now watching Hornbill TV's Prime. Congress MP and leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, on Thursday levelled serious allegations against the BJP and the Election Commission of India on Thursday during a dramatic press conference held in Delhi. Two Central Reserve Police Force personnel lost their lives and 12 others were injured after a CRPF vehicle met with an accident near Kandwa in the Basantgarh area of Jammu and Kashmir's Udhampur district. The crash of a military helicopter in Ghana on Wednesday killed all 8 people aboard, including the Ghana's Defence and Environment Minister and other top officials. Patna police on Thursday lathi-charged protesting students who were demanding the immediate release of the state teacher eligibility test results. Those were the top headlines, and now for the news in details. Two Central Reserve Police Force personnel lost their lives and 12 others were injured after a CRPF vehicle met with an accident near Kandwa in the Basantgarh area of Jammu and Kashmir. It was in Udhampur district. According to Additional SP Udhampur, Sandeep Bhatt, police teams rushed to the spot, launched a rescue operation and shifted all the injured personnel to a nearby hospital for treatment. A total of 23 CRPF personnel were on board the bunker vehicle when it overturned. Union Minister of State for Science and Technology in Udhampur, MP Jitendra Singh, called the news disturbing and said that he had spoken to Deputy Commissioner of Udhampur, Saloni Rai, who was personally monitoring the situation. Congress MP and leader of the opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, on Thursday levelled serious allegations against the BJP and the Election Commission of India on Thursday during a dramatic press conference held in Delhi. Explaining his claims using a PowerPoint presentation, Gandhi accused the BJP and EC of colluding to steal votes in both the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha election in Maharashtra. Rahul Gandhi also presented a case of duplicate voting, claiming that a person named Aditya Srivastav was found to have voted in Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra.
Sir, two responses have come from Election Commission while you are doing this press conference. One is that the Karnataka CEO has said that will you say all this under oath? Will you be signing the oath and say this? Secondly, they have been saying
I'm a politician. Okay. What I say to the people is my word. Right? I'm saying it publicly to everybody. Take it as an oath. This is their data, and we are displaying their data. This is not our data. This is Election Commission data. It's interestingly, they haven't denied the information. They haven't said what the voter lists that Rahul Gandhi is talking about are wrong. They're saying, will you do it under oath? Why don't you say they're wrong? Because you know the truth. And you know that we know that you've done this across the country.
No, just one question, please. Mohit Dubey.
Chief Electoral Officer of Karnataka later wrote a letter to Lok Sabha LOP Rahul Gandhi saying that Gandhi had mentioned about the inclusion of ineligible electors and exclusion of eligible electors in the electoral rules cited at Para 3 and requested him to sign a declaration or oath so that necessary proceedings can be initiated. Reacting to Election Commission's response, Gandhi said, "He is a politician and what he says to the people is his word. Take it as an oath," he stated. Gandhi also said that this was ECI's data and they have not denied the information. White House Trade Advisor Peter Navarro has said that the United States already has 50% tariffs on Chinese goods, similar to India. But the reasoning behind them is starkly different. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, Navarro said the US wants to impose tariffs on China without hurting its own economy. He explained that India was targeted with 50% tariffs because of its refusal to stop buying Russian oil, which the US claims is helping fund the conflict in Ukraine. He also criticized India's trade practices, calling it the Maharaja of tariffs, for maintaining some of the highest tariffs and non-tariff barriers on American goods. Navarro claimed that the money spent by the US on Indian goods is ultimately used by India to buy Russian oil, which in turn finances Russia's military operation.
Which went up to 50% today. It's important to understand that the rationale for the India tariffs are very different from the reciprocal tariffs. This was a pure national security issue associated with India's abject refusal to stop buying Russian oil. And the math of this, every American needs to understand, because it's related to the trade situation. You start with the fact that India is the Maharaja of tariffs. It's the highest tariffs in the world, charging on American products, and it's got high non-tariff barriers, so we can't get our products in. So we send a lot of dollars overseas to India to buy their products in an unfair trade environment. India then uses American dollars to buy Russian oil. Russia then uses those American dollars that come from India to finance its armaments to kill Ukrainians. And then American taxpayers are then called upon to pay for the weapons that have to defend Ukraine against Russian armaments paid for by American dollars that came from India. That's got to stop. That math doesn't work. The president understands the connection between economic security and national security, so that was the bottom line there.
Former MOS of External Affairs M.J. Akbar highlighted the volatility of the US police, giving an example of how US President Donald Trump has declared Russia as a foe and imposed tariffs on India, not the basis. Akbar, in conversation with ANI, said that the new wave of uncertainty unleashed on various countries looks like a game of snakes and ladders initiated by Trump. Meanwhile, Akbar said that National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is in Moscow to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin, where they will discuss tariffs and security, among other things. Akbar pointed out that now Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be going to China after a period of 7 years. This is a result of the action-reaction chain initiated by Trump. Akbar said that PM Modi's stance is right and he is not falling into the trap of verbal trivia and is using silence as a powerful tool. Akbar said that India's stance lies within the well-being of its citizens and will not surrender where its people are at stake. He also said that the US stands to lose a carefully built trusted ally of over 2 decades. He further exposed the double standards of the US, and they took no action against China for buying Russian oil. India accounted for the purchase of 37% of Russian energy, while China accounted for 47%.
No, I don't think the two are going to be only the two main countries. The new order will not be built on any regional bilateralism, and any new order, as you will see from after NSA Doval's visit, cannot be built without the participation of India. That much is absolutely, certain. Second, the relationship with China always has its ups and downs. We have watched that since 1962, and it is in a dynamic flux. And the management of that flux is really what is a critical element of our diplomacy, and that has been managed well, because this theory of having permanent enemies is really a 19th century idea. There are very few countries. I mean, we are not permanent enemies with anyone. Pakistan has made us its permanent enemy, using the terrorism as its only weapon, right? But that's an unusual factor for different reasons. With China, I think the relationship has improved remarkably, a process that has been triggered. The fundamental fact of India-China relations, you must never forget, and that is what underscores its stability, is the agreement that was negotiated in '88 and then made into a treaty, is that there shall be peace and tranquility on the border. Now, for nearly 40 years, not a single bullet has been exchanged on the border. No, the incidents will happen, but there has been no outbreak of armed hostility between the two, and the two countries have learned how to respect a treatment which a treaty which they have signed. Now that is, as I said, one of the principles. The differences will be sorted out. Actually, if I may put it, the India-China relationship is now structured around a very fascinating principle, that perhaps the solution lies in a non-solution. That since we cannot come to an agreement on the border, agree to disagree, leave it on one side and get on with trade, get on with relationship. Today I am happy to report, I was just reading somewhere, that the Indian tourism industry now is hoping for a revival of tourism from China. And there will be collateral benefits as the rest of the world finds changing and creates new economic equations.
There was former MOS speaking on latest US tariffs. We'll now take a short break.
HIV can be transmitted through sharing of HIV-infected needles and syringes. To prevent HIV, say no to sharing needles and syringes.
Welcome back. Heading on to the next news. Following Prime Minister Narendra Modi's strong statement that India will never compromise on the interests of farmers, voices of support have emerged from across the country, with several farmers praising the government's consistent efforts for agricultural welfare. A farmer from Aligarh credited the Prime Minister for numerous pro-farmer initiatives, including the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, dairy loan schemes and farmer credit cards, saying that what Prime Minister Modi has done for the farmers, no one else could have ever done. He said that they just want him to remain the Prime Minister in future as well. Echoing similar sentiments, another farmer from Aligarh said, the farmers and older farmers are standing with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and they will continue to stand with him. His schemes have reached ground, hence they are getting the benefits. Quoted, in Jaipur, farmers express unwavering trust in Prime Minister Modi's leadership. Not only that, but one farmer expressed his hope to Modi. Several farmers also acknowledged the rise in minimum support prices, also known as MSP, and overall improvement in their income and ease of doing agriculture. His strong backing from the farming community highlights the growing trust and appreciation for the central government's rural and agricultural policies at a time when India reaffirms its sovereign stance on domestic welfare, regardless of international opinions.
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी पे हमें पूर्ण विश्वास है। वो जो भी करेंगे वो सही करेंगे। अमेरिका से हमारे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। वो जो भी निर्णय लेते हैं वो बिल्कुल सही लेते हैं। किसानों के लिए बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं। हमें अब पता चला है कि हम किसान हैं। पहले कुछ नहीं मिलता था। मोदी गवर्नमेंट में हमें पूर्ण विश्वास है और पूरा मिल रहा है हमारे को। किसान सम्मानित के लिए हमारे को हर अधिकारी आके हमसे बात करता है और पूरा काम हमारा टाइम टू टाइम होता है।
नहीं, हम तो प्रधानमंत्री जी के साथ ही हैं, देश के साथ हैं अमेरिका से हमारे का लेना देना। सबसे पहले हमारे तो प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे अच्छा करेगा या बुरा करेगा उनके साथ ही है।
आपको लगता है कि मोदी जी के रहते हुए किसानों के जो हित है वो संरक्षित रहेंगे?
हाँ रहेंगे, अच्छा रहेगा।
आज किसानों की जो स्थिति यदि बात की जाए तो मोदी जी के राज आने के बाद कितना सुधार हुआ है?
नहीं, बहुत सुधार हुआ, बहुत अच्छा है
जी। मतलब केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार काम कर रही है किसानों
हाँ
के हित
कर
में?
रही है, अच्छा कर रही है।
किसान सम्मान निधि की बात की जाए या और तमाम योजनाओं
हाँ वो भी आ रही है, किसान सम्मान निधि आ रही है
जी।
काम सब अच्छा हो रहा है किसानों का हित में।
आपका नाम ऑफिस से बताएं।
नाम राहुल कुमार है, कमालपुर का रहने वाला हूँ। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के द्वारा जो हो रहा है कार्य बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है। डेयरी लोन वगैरह वो बहुत बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं मोदी जी। ऐसे प्रधानमंत्री हमको पहली बार मिले हैं।
और क्या लगता है
किसानों के हित में मोदी जी ने इतना कार्य किया है कि मोदी जी जैसा कोई प्रधानमंत्री ना तो आया ना ही कोई कर पाएगा। लाभ तो इस सम्मान निधि, किसानों की डेयरी लोन और प्रधानमंत्री लोन द्वारा होती हैं वो बहुत कुछ मिला है किसानों को और हमको बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हमारे मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री आगे भी रहे।
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो किसानों के हित की ही बात करते हैं और जब से मोदी जी आए जब से जो है किसानों की जो है आर्थिक दशा भी सुधरी है और देश भी जो है मजबूत हुआ है। तो हम लोग इसका जो है सम्मान करते हैं कि मोदी जी के बयान का सम्मान करते हैं और ऐसे आशा करते हैं कि भविष्य में मोदी जी निडरता से किसानों के हित में ऐसे फैसले ले उजा।
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा है कि हम किसानों के साथ हैं। आज उन्होंने कहा है कि जो लगातार ऐसी चीजें सामने आ रही थी कि जो टैरिफ लगाने के लेकर जो ट्रंप कह रहा था, उन्होंने कहा कि हम अपने किसानों के साथ खड़े हैं।
मोदी जी ने कहा है, बहुत अच्छी बात कही है उन्होंने कि हम अपने किसानों के साथ खड़े हैं और जैसा कैसा भी होगा उनका साथ देंगे। और जो फसलों के बारे में जो भी है उन्होंने रेट भी बढ़ाया है और बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और जो भी है बढ़िया ही करेंगे। आगे आने वाले टाइम में भी अच्छा ही करेंगे वो।
पशुपालकों के लिए भी कहा है कि आप पशु पालते हैं?
हाँ जी पालते हैं जी।
कितने पशु हैं आप पे?
हमारे पे 10-12 पशु हैं जी।
अच्छा।
हाँ जी।
दूध का लेकर भी उन्होंने कहा कि हम पशुपालकों के साथ हैं, मच्छी वालों के साथ हैं।
उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा कहा है जी। मोदी जी है भी साथ में और साथ भी दे रहे हैं।
पाल सिंह है।
क्या कहेंगे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी किसानों के सम्मान से कह रहे हैं कोई समझौता नहीं किया जाए?
सबसे पहली बात तो यह है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किसानों को बहुत सारे सम्मान दिए हैं। सबसे पहला सम्मान तो यह है कि सम्मान निधि देते हैं, उसके बाद में खाद बीज की व्यवस्था करते हैं और किसानों को किस क्रेडिट कार्ड बनवाया है और तमाम लोन है, भैंस की लोन है, उस पर हैगा बहुत उनका फोकस है किसानों के लिए। आगे भी हमें उम्मीद है कि हम सभी भाई किसान मोदी जी के साथ हैं और आगे भी खड़े रहेंगे जैसा प्रधानमंत्री जी कहे।
देखो जी, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कहा है हमारे देश में, हमारे देश के हित के लिए, हमारी कृषि के हित के लिए, सबके हित के लिए कहा। कारण है जो उसका कारण ये है कि जो हमारे उत्पाद हैं यहाँ के वो देसी उत्पाद है, अच्छे उत्पाद। अमेरिका जो चाह रहा है वो तो उससे तो हमारी कृषि नीति ही बर्बाद हो जाएगी, खेती ही बर्बाद हो जाएगी साहब हमारी। उन्हीं का बीज, उन्हीं की पता नहीं क्या क्या सिस्टम है इसमें, हमारी समझ से भी परे की बात है ये। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो कुछ किया है वो हम लोगों के हित के लिए ही किया है, हमारी रीढ़ की हड्डी न टूट जाए इस करके किया है जी। ठीक है कि नहीं? बहुत बढ़िया किया है जी। और इतने विरोध के बावजूद भी वो हम किसानों के लिए डट के खड़े हैं सामने।
किसानों के साथ खड़ा हूँ।
हाँ जी, बहुत अच्छा कहा, खड़े हैं जी, साथ में ही खड़े हैं जी। वो किसानों के हक में है, किसानों को हर चीज टाइम पे मिल रही है जी। खाद होगी, दवाई होगी, जैसे जी और भी कोई सामान ऐसा हो गया, पशुपालक के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा जी है, अच्छे उसमें अपने वो सही वो दे रहे हैं अपना।
किसानों के लिए क्या ऐसा दे रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी?
ये किसानों को जैसे खाद होगी, मान लो बीज हो गया, इनकी वो सही भरपाई अपने सही टाइम पे दे रहा है। फसल बिक रही है, 24-48 घंटे में पैसे भी खाते में आ रहे हैं। ये सबसे अच्छा वो करा अपना, किसानों के हक में ही है जी।
कहीं ना कहीं अमेरिका कह रहा था, लगता है उसका जवाब दिया प्रधानमंत्री जी।
हाँ जी, उनका जवाब दिया। जो बाहर की सरकार कह रही है वो झूठा हुआ है, ये अपने सही उसमें का है।
अपने किसानों के साथ खड़े।
हाँ, अपने किसानों के साथ खड़े हैं जी। ये
तो ठीक कहा प्रधानमंत्री।
हाँ, ठीक कहा जी, बहुत ही। आगे भी प्रधानमंत्री यही रहेंगे।
The crash of a military helicopter in Ghana on Wednesday killed all 8 people aboard, including the Ghana's Defense and Environment Minister and other top officials. The Ghanaian military said that the helicopter took off in the morning from the capital Accra and was heading northwest into the interior towards the gold mining area of Abuasi in the Ashanti region when it went off the radar. The wreckage was later found in Adansi area of Ashanti. The cause of the crash was not immediately known, and the military said an investigation was underway. Defence Minister Edward Omani and Environment Minister Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad were killed alongside the Vice Chair of the National Democratic Congress ruling party, a top national security advisor and crew members. An online video of the crash site shows debris on fire in a forest as some citizens circle around to help. Patna police on Thursday lathi-charged protesting students who were demanding the immediate release of the state teacher eligibility test results, also known as STET. The Bihar STET 2025 was conducted earlier this year, but the results are yet to be declared according to latest updates. With no official update on the BSEB website, candidates said they are left in the dark. The absence of clarity has triggered frustration across the state, with many fearing that the upcoming teacher recruitment exam TRE4 could proceed before STET results are announced. The protest held near the Bihar School Examination Board office saw dozens of candidates raising slogans against the exam schedule, claiming that the timeline for the STET 2025 is too tight and leaves inadequate time for preparation. The situation turned chaotic when police intervened to clear the crowd, leading to a lathi charge that injured several aspirants. That's all for now. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.
Copy that. Yes, I'm in his makeup room. Yes, I'll get